this is the current version of the GTA 6 community map. And if we zoom into it, we can see a lot of these small cones. These are actually in-game locations of screenshots, trailer scenes and artworks. However, not all of them, as there are several that still remain a mystery. So let me go through most of those for you. My name is Saukko, and I help with the creation of the GTA 6 mapping project. And this video does not mean that I can't do my job, even though it kinda means that. Let's start with some older scenes from trailer 1, and then move up to the new screenshots. First, we have two scenes that will probably remain a mystery for a long time, which is this airboat scene and this scene with the flamingos. And surprise, surprise, these scenes probably take place somewhere in the grass rivers. Then, next up, we have this handshake scene. The house behind these two men might be a combination of these two houses from real-life northern Miami. Additionally, there is this weird tan tower on the right, and some storefronts on the left. This scene probably takes place somewhere in La Perle. Then, this nightclub scene. It takes place at the real club of Club Space, but we still don't know where the actual building is on the map. We estimate that it's somewhere around here, based on the real-life location. Then, this pool alligator scene. This is really hard to locate because it is someone's backyard, so we can't even find this location from Google Maps. There's a power line on the background, which might help, and there are more residential homes on the left, so this is in a suburb. If I had to guess, somewhere in northern Vice City or western Vice City. Then, this police raid. How the hell are we meant to know where this is? As from what we have seen, Rockstar likes to modify, or even completely make up, the interiors of these buildings, so this interior might not even exist in real life. Then, this scene with the green pickup truck. We can see some houses and this weird castle-like building on the background. Still, we haven't been able to find it, but it probably takes place somewhere on the edges of Vice City in a suburb. Then, this scene. Again, this is a suburban home, so figuring this out is pretty hard as there are thousands, if not millions, of suburban homes in Miami metropolitan area, though we can see a highway sign on the background, so that could slightly help us. Then the Mud Girl. The real life location of this Trilly Mud Club is the Redneck Mud Park, which is located near Fort Myers in real life. And this scene probably takes place somewhere around Ambrosia or Port Calhoun. And then there's this scene, which is extremely bizarre. The trees really don't look like what you have in Florida. And on the background, you can see a natural hill with a structure of some kind on top of it. And based on the trucks, the hill is substantially tall. We have tried to look at a lot of hill climb areas around the US, but nothing really matches. And we haven't seen elevation like this anywhere yet. So this is a really weird scene for us. If I had to guess, this scene either takes place here in an area that we haven't seen before, and we know that there is some elevation here, so it could work. Or it's somewhere up in the north in an area that we have no idea of yet. Then this scene, which we know takes place in Leonard County, which is based on the Broward County, and Waning Sands, which we know is north of Vice City, and we have identified some of the houses on the background. So we know this scene takes place north of Vice City in Leonard County, but we are not completely sure of the location. This layout and location which we have on the map for the scene is basically just a placeholder. It's gonna be in a completely different location once the game comes out. This scene, which is not related to the previous one, probably takes place somewhere around here, as this is the Pit BBQ, which is a restaurant west of Miami. This scene takes place in Vice City, as this police car behind the banner has the same livery as this one. Additionally, we can see Florida Highway Patrol state troopers. On the left, we can see a retention pool, which kind of hints that this scene takes place around this interchange. We might be completely wrong though. We don't know where Wisedale Sheriff Office is, so still unknown. And then this high roller scene. This building is from Little Haiti, and on the background we can see some industrial buildings and maybe a metro line. And on the left we can see a road sign, which implies we are kind of facing north. So we have estimated that the scene takes place somewhere around here in La Perle. And that's everything from trailer 1. Let's take a look at the screenshots which came with trailer 2. First, we have this Brian Heder screenshot, which takes place somewhere in the grass rivers. There are power lines on the background, but that doesn't tell us too much. Then we have Carl floating in a pool. How are we meant to know which pool this is? There are like hundreds of pools in the game. And then this mini golf screenshot, where Cal is with his friend. This looks like many of the Congo River golf courses in Florida, but the most likely one is this one from Orlando. So this scene might take place somewhere north of Lake Leonida. Then, Jason on the bike. Cameras that point upward are really hard, as we cannot see the ground. However, in the reflection of his sunglasses, we can see some buildings and some poles. So this might probably be findable at some point. Then, Lucy at the gym of sorts. Some people speculate that this is in Liberty City, but I find that very unlikely. And then Raul. Interiors are hard. Like the only thing we might be able to use here are these shadow line things on the background. And then this scene where Raul is in a car. We can see a Lombank building on the background and a billboard. Our best guess is that the Lombank is based on this Citibank from Miami Beach. And as we already have seen some billboards on Miami Beach, it's not impossible that there are more of them. So the scene might take place somewhere in northern Vice Beach. Then, in Ambrosia. This scene takes place at this car wash, but we don't know where it is located in-game. And then some more screenshots from Grass Rivers. Like, yeah, it's in Grass Rivers, okay. Same with this one, no idea. And then in Leonardo Keys, you know why we don't know where this is. And then Mount Calaga has a few ones. We basically just know that these take place around here on the map somewhere, we don't know. And they are this screenshot, which has some power lines on the background, this screenshot with the small river, which also has some power lines in the background, and then this screenshot, which has a road, small hut, and rail line, which is probably the same rail line which we see in this screenshot and here on the map. So it's located somewhere up in Mount Calaga. And then these two screenshots in Port Calhoun are unknown for obvious reasons. And all the screenshots from Vice City have been located. So that's all of the trailer 2 screenshots. And we can move on to trailer 2 itself. First unknown scene in trailer 2 is this scene, and it probably takes place somewhere close to Jason's house. He's probably on his way either to Brian's Marina or the Rusty Anchor. Then this scene with Jason and Lucia. It's hard to make out the background as it's blurred, so we really can't tell where this is. It might be in a hotel, as it does not appear to be Jason's safe house. Then this scene where Lucia is picking up trash, and this might be our first scene from Key West, as the badge that the police has is a Key West police badge. However, Rockstar might have made this logo the logo of all of the Keys police, so this could technically be also in Key Lento, but it's likely in Key West. And then these club scenes probably take place at the NATO club near club space, so around here. Then these police scenes are unknown because, you know, interiors. And then this cage fight scene. For some reason people once again think that this takes place in Liberty City, which I heavily doubt. Then these helicopter scenes, they take place in the Grass Rivers, probably close to this road. And then this scene with the plane and the motorbike. The camera is facing up, no idea where this is. And then this scene. Based on the helicopter, this scene does take place in Vice City, but anything else we cannot tell. And that's all of the ones in trailer 2, which is surprisingly few, as in trailer 2 they were showing things that we have seen before and were in the leaks, so these were pretty easy to identify and find in-game. And then is the time for the new Ultimate Edition screenshots. First, this screenshot. The building on the background is probably somewhere in Vice City, and as they are wearing these clothes, we can assume that they are in Vice City here. This scene takes place along the Vice River, probably somewhere around here on the map. Then, weapon screenshots. I don't even know why I'm talking about these. And then this auto shop in Lake Leonida. I don't know if it's in the lake itself or in a town around the lake that's called Lake Leonida. Those are pretty common in Florida, like having the lake and the town both called Lake something. And then this gang hideout is located somewhere in Southside, so around here on the map. And then Rideout Customs. We are pretty sure that the Rideout Customs is in Crosstown and not Stockyard, so this building can't be Rideout Customs. If I had to guess, it's somewhere along this highway, possibly partly under it, in the area from here to here, but still no real idea where it is. This is probably in the Keys somewhere, it's just that we need to find a turquoise door. And then this Shih Tzu screenshot. I took a look at a lot of coastal homes in Miami and Broward County, but I wasn't able to find any matches for these. So these could be from inland just brought to the coast, or these could be from far more up north. But these are probably from Northern Vice City or Leonard County, so basically Waning Sands. This is in the Grass Rivers, duh, and this screenshot takes place in Watson Bay according to the description, as the Paradise Garage on the background is in Watson Bay, and this screenshot probably takes place in the Keys. And if I had to guess, west of anything we have seen before around here on the map. We have no idea what this structure behind Lucia is. It might be in the design district or it might not. Wow, it's a pool. And finally, we don't know where Wyman's garage is. Probably in Ambrosia or Port Kellhorn. And all of these car screenshots are probably on his yard. So, as you have already made it this far, you should probably watch my other videos too, not just my mapping videos, as those perform significantly worse on my channel. Of course, thank you if you already watched them, but if you don't, please do. They are good videos. Like this video, comment if you have something to say or know where any of these scenes are, and subscribe to see more content about GTA 6. Thank you.